All right, he is the most imitated coach in professional sports history. The West Coast offense is really, of course, the Bill Walsh offense. Winner of 3 Super Bowl championships. And you talk to Holmgren, talk to Gruden, many other coaches. They all steal from Walsh. No residuals. But here he is now. Of course, Bill is here helping get the Stanford new stadium off the ground, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But in hindsight, you quit too early, huh? I mean, the next year, they win a Super Bowl with your team. Following year, the fumble away. You look back and say, why'd I quit?
Well, I mean, it's on my mind occasionally.
Yeah.
You know, sure. But I was just worn out.
Yeah. Because you were one of the last guys to do everything, right? I mean,
president, general manager, head coach, offensive coordinator, calling the plays. And it finally got to me without me realizing it. I was just emotionally fatigued.
Anybody do it from their gut and run the whole thing like you did today? It seems like every time I read a football story, it's computer this and 95 scouts and, you know, all these meetings. Anybody from their gut like you running things today?
Well, Mike Shanahan is as close as you can get.
Yeah.
Belichick's good. He does a great job. I can go on and on about the guys that are obvious. Bill Parcells. These are really brilliant coaches. Hall of Fame coaches, and you know, it's just a privilege to compete against them. Yeah,
the stadium deal we'll talk about in a moment, but I'm driving to the radio station this morning, and I look on Folsom, a big billboard, and you're going to help with global warming, and also how to buy a grill with George Foreman, huh?
What am I doing?
I see you. There you are. You and Al Gore, and there's Foreman, and the guy who told Donald Trump, smile and you'll be good for a couple years. The Apprentice producer, Burnett.
Well, I'll be the last guy on.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll be out of ammunition.
Okay.
You know, what will I say?
So what's this, an inspirational speech, 26 and 27?
Well, not for me. Mine are pretty corporate in nature, you know, about skills, motivation, focus, all that kind of thing, but... I'm not an inspirational speaker. I know that. I don't want to be.
You do most of your stuff for free, but that one, I bet they're paying you a lot.
Well, they're helping me out.
Yeah, okay. Hey, how about Madden on Saturday? I'll ask you direct. Why did it take 28 years for Madden to be voted into the Hall of Fame?
Well, I think part of it had to be his presence in the National Football League. He's the most dominant figure in professional football.
But why 28 years then? Why did it take that long?
Well, because he won 1 Super Bowl, and there were a number of other coaches who had won more. Tom Flores, George Seifert are among those. So it took time.
Fair question, though. Does he get in if he's not, as you said, such a dominant broadcaster and a pitch man and has all the video games? Does he get in?
Well, he's good enough to get in.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of other people. Just, as John has stated himself, a lot of people. It's sort of a nebulous way to select people. You know, it took me years to finally be at peace with myself, thinking I belonged in it. So finally now I feel, what the heck, it's been this long. They don't know what I did, but I've got the ring. But no.
You don't wear it, or do you wear a ring?
Yeah, that's the ring.
The Hall of Fame ring? All right.
But no, it took me a while to feel I was, in a sense, justified to be enshrined.
How much does Davis still have in regards to football? He's 77, and obviously it's a daily grind. And he gave you one of your first pro jobs?
Oh, the first, yeah.
The first?
Yeah.
How much does he have left?
Oh, he's got a lot left intellectually. You know, I'm sure he's winding down physically to some point. He is 77 years of age.
Yeah.
But he's got a lot. He's stimulating. He's smart. He's active. You can agree or disagree with him, but he's a great mind. And he's a real positive force in the National Football League at this time of his life.
But he has to start winning, correct? I mean, when I say correct, to get people off his back.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only question I have is I saw in the paper the new coordinator of offense is going to run between the tackles and throw deep. Well, it's not the best formula. You know, there's got to be a little more dimension to your style of football. But we'll see. It'll be interesting.
Let me ask you a personality question. Would you want Terrell Owens on your team?
No, I wouldn't want him on my team. I got along with him well. But Terrell...
But you didn't coach him.
Terrell is sort of a sociopath. He doesn't feel other people's feelings. He just feels his own. He's reasonably he's intelligent. And he's a truly great athlete.
Is that a weakness for an NFL owner, that you want to win so bad that you'll bring in somebody like that? When I say like that, I don't know him, but somebody who has been a team wrecker in 2 spots?
Well, everybody thinks they can change people. I took on Hollywood Henderson. And that was a lesson in life when I took that on.
You came in second, huh?
Oh, well, I mean, there was a lot of humor along the way. Everybody laughed, but my God.
Yeah.
Well, now, Terrell, you know, there's not going to be a lot of humor with him. But he is brilliant. He can help you go all the way.
But you wouldn't touch him?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
No.
Hey, before we do the stadium, we had Tiger Woods on about 3 months ago, and he tells the story about he used to go sit in your office, and you would tell him about the ways of the world, huh?
Well,
did you know he was going to be this big then?
How would I know?
Well, I don't know.
I knew he was an outstanding golfer. He was the best amateur in the world, but he would sit in my office and talk, be back 2 days later. He was like a fully matured adult.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how he even bothered with the other students. He was so far ahead of them.
Yeah.
But at one point I asked my secretary, Jane, is that kid here again?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I've got one of the greatest athlete maybe of all time. Why didn't I have a photographer come take our picture? And he would ask me to go play golf.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
Why wouldn't I just go with him?
All right. Hey, you came all this way to sell the stadium. We got a minute left. Show the stadium. It'll be ready for the Navy game September 16th.
It'll be ready, maybe a little bit before that.
Yeah. Is this going to be like a show place? Or even if the team isn't very good, you'll still want to be there?
It's the state of the art.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody designed a stadium for the fans and spectators, this is it.
Yeah.
It's right up to the field. The angles of the angle of the seating is just, you're looking right down on the game. You're right there. The prices are good. We have sold 36,000 out of 50,000 tickets. There are some available, obviously. Yeah. I'm not here to hawk that, but there's some available. And it's going to be a great experience all the way around. More restrooms. I know that would appeal to you.
Well, you got to go.
Huh?
You got to go. Hey, thank you, Coach.
Thank you for having me.
The great Bill Walsh, everybody.
It was enjoyable. Thank you, guys.
Yes, it was.
All right.
See you at 9.
Bye-bye.